Hey, what's going on? I'm Apprentice Demond, and in today's video we're going to do a review on Italy's mineral water. I think that's the name of it. Italian mineral water, okay? So let's go ahead and open this up. This is made by Whole Foods, and it's really tight. So, or I think it's actually distributed by Whole Foods. You can find it at Whole Foods, alright? That's all that matters. And I don't remember if someone asked me to do this one or not, or if I just picked it up because I was at Whole Foods. But nonetheless, we're going to test it. I like the glass. It's heavy. And we're going to be comparing it to this electrolyte reduced water. And the first test we are doing is antioxidants, okay? And this is the first test and the most important one, because we have all these things around us, like they're everywhere. Free radicals, okay? They are destroying everything. They create aging, they create oxidation, and they create inflammation when they take away the electrons from our healthy cells, okay? And that hurts us. That creates aging. That starts the aging process. That's how we start looking old, okay? So, we don't want that. We want to consume antioxidants. These are your fruits, your vegetables, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and they can be your water, okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to test it. We're going to test these waters to see if they are oxidizing us, creating more sickness and dis-ease in the body. If so, this meter is going to show a positive number, okay? If it is a strong antioxidant, you're going to see a negative number, right? And that's going to promote antioxidants, of course, and reducing of that inflammation, reducing of that oxidation, and keeping us looking young. All right, so let's see what we get here with Italian mineral water. All right, we are getting, it's going up pretty quick. We're getting a positive 190, but it looks like it's actually a positive 215, and it's still going up. So this oxidizing. I'm sorry. Let's check out this electrolyte reduced water, see how it does. What are we getting? Okay, so we're getting a negative. You see that dash? That's what we're looking for. We are getting a negative 730, and it's steadily going down, right? So this is a fantastic antioxidant. So if you want to help reduce a lot of the ailments, itises that come up, having something that's a strong antioxidant could definitely help out with that. Alright, so there you have it. That is our first test. Let's go ahead and jump into our next one. Alright, our second test is all about alkalinity, and we really want to ensure that our blood, it's not about our stomach, it's about our blood. Our blood maintains at 7.365, and it's going to do that. The question is it going to take the minerals that it needs from us, or is going to take it from the foods and the beverages we consume. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take these pH drops, put them into both of the waters. If we see a red or orange or yellow, that means it's acidic. This forces our body to take those minerals and electrolytes from us. Okay. If we see a blue or purple or dark purple, that means it's alkaline, and that's actually promoting good health. Right. So let's see what we get here with Italian mineral water. Alright, so it is looking like an 8-ish, right, on the scale. And that makes sense. I mean, they aren't lying. There's minerals in this. It says the mineral water. It's not like they're hiding it. So let's take a look at this. Ingredients just says mineral water. Total dissolved solids. And I don't think, yeah, it doesn't say anything about reverse osmosis, no distilled, no purified. This is just straight mineral water. Bottled straight from a protected spring in the heart of Italy. And it says low mineral content, right? Curious to see what happens. So I'm going to blow into it anyhow, because part of the reason why we consume alkaline is to help neutralize acidity. So I'm going to test it by blowing into it and see if it maintains that color, if it changes, or what happens. With it being low minerals though, I expect it to probably go neutral. Neutral is good. Yellow, anything below that may not be so hot, but let's see what happens. Okay, so it stays, right? It stays, and that makes sense. It's a mineral water, okay? I expect there to be a ton of minerals in there. Let's see what happens here with the electrolyzed reduced water. Alright, so this one didn't change as well. It stayed the same as well. So I do believe that this is genuinely a mineral water and that they actually got it from the source. So I don't think they're adding inorganic minerals and that there are ionic minerals in that water that's keeping it the way it is. Alright, so there you have it. There is the second test. Let's go ahead and jump into our next one. Alrighty, on to our third test. This one is superior hydration. We want to ensure that we're getting hydrated at a cellular level. Okay, so if you picture like a vine of grapes, you're trying to put them in this bottle, you try just taking the whole vine and just driving it into the top, grapes are going to fall everywhere. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be horrible, right? But if you take each one of those grapes individually, pluck them off, and put them in there, you could probably get the whole vine in there. Right? Our water should be the same way. It shouldn't be a big cluster. It should be actually small enough to hydrate us, to actually get into the cell, bring in nutrients, and actually help get rid of waste as well. So, how do we figure this out? Right? How do we do this? We are going to make tea. Right? So this is a visual representation of what happens when we're trying to get hydrated. Or it can be. We're going to see. Let me grab a couple of cups. We're going to put these here, and what we're going to do is we are going to put water in both of these cups, and we're going to give it 10 dunks and see if this actually will hydrate well. So if it is, you're going to see a flood of tea come out. And if it's not, then you may not see that much. So I'm really curious to see what happens here with Italiano's water. Alright, so I'm just trying to make sure these are the same height. Trying to make sure they have the same amount of water. Alright, this one may need a little bit more. But nonetheless, I would say they're pretty close already. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna give this 10 dunks. See what happens. And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so I like this water. The mineral water, it looks like it's doing, this looks like it's hydrating us a little bit, right? I started making it immediately. There wasn't really any challenges. It doesn't do it as much, though, as the electrolyzed reduced water. So there's more, so we're talking about those vines of grapes. There's bigger clusters of grapes, of water molecules in this water than there is in the electrolyzed reduced water, right? So that's something to keep in mind. But I think it does pretty good, better than your reverse osmosis, is better than your distilled waters. It seems to be doing a better job. It looks like it, right? But that's ultimately what's going on there. I want to grab 2 more cups and just see if it's able to make tea from the water that's already there, right? That's one of the things. Sometimes we already have the minerals in us, especially if it's us. We're trying to hydrate. We already have the minerals in us. Sometimes we just need to quench our thirst to get our energy back, right? So let's take that, a little close, right? It's tough to see from the side, right? But we'll put this here. And this is actually able to make the tea bolder, right? So it's taking the minerals and everything that's in the tea that's already there and making it bolder and stronger. And I'm curious on if this does the same or if it gets weaker. Yeah, it looks like it gets a little bit more diluted, right? So there you have it. I want to say that is our Italian mineral water, and having the right water can bring out that nutrients, right? So let's go ahead and do a quick recap, shall we? All right, we tested Italian mineral water. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm probably gonna get beat up for that, but we tested Italian mineral water for 3 things. The first thing was antioxidants, so we saw that it was oxidizing. Okay, I don't even remember the number at this point. It was it was oxidizing. It wasn't as bad as soda, but it was oxidizing. While the electrolyte reduced water maintained a negative, I want to say 700, right? The second test we did was on alkalinity, and this showed up around an 8, between a 7 and an 8, while the electrolyte reduced water maintained that 9.5. And when we blew into this was genuine, like it didn't really change much, right? So that's pretty awesome. I do appreciate that. And then the last thing that we tested for was superior hydration. And we saw that this does hydrate, but not as well as electrolyte reduced water. Okay, so there you have it. That's my review on the Italian mineral water of Amazon. So they weren't faking it. They're hiding anything from us. Amazon is actually doing it somewhat right as far as bottled water goes. So if you are looking for a water that hydrates better, that has an antioxidant that's going to help get rid of a lot of those itises that you may be experiencing, you may want to check out the masterclass I have on electrolyte reduced water. That link is in the description of this video, or check out the first pinned comment on below this video. Alright? Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.